morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Wellness. I'm Ilene Whipple, and I am going to be your hostess tonight. I am so excited to be here because this is a group of people that we want people to be well, get well, and stay well. And what we have found through our own personal journeys is that life happens, and how you react to that and what you do going forward determines your outcome. And one thing that we were going to talk about tonight specifically is eye health. We all know that the eyes are one of our five senses and how important they are. I'm going to share a little bit about my journey because I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor. I feel like I've almost got a medical degree for what I've gone through in my life, but to share some hope and some vision that you can take some actions that could be proactive in regaining health, keeping your health, and being proactive in your future health. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. So I'm going to start off with my story and what happened to me a few years ago. And so what I'm going, basically, I didn't really care about health. I just didn't think of anything of it. It was just, you live life and everything's good. But when I had my third child, 6 weeks after she was born, I went blind the first time. And I, at the time, had a 6-week-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-year-old. I didn't know. I just didn't know. I went to the doctor. They gave me some medication. It took me about 4 months to regain my sight, and it never came back all the way. And then I continued on this journey, and I would lose my eyesight off and on, and I lost it enough times. I lost it 3 times total that my right eye never came back. It's completely black. And my left eye has a sustained color rod damage, and it has cataracts. Now, these cataracts are special cataracts. They aren't aging cataracts. They are actually medically induced cataracts is what they're called. And so just a little extra detail here. I hope it's not too much, but normal cataracts that are aging cataracts, they're at the front of your eye. So they're able to go in with laser surgery and remove those cataracts pretty easily. When they are medically induced from medications that you've been on, they're at the back of your eye. So it's a little riskier. It's still with the laser, but because it's at such a high risk, because I'm already blind in one eye, they won't remove them. But I also have a belief based on my last 7 years of experience that if I created it, I can uncreate it. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And that's what is so exciting. So I'm going to share my screen here. That our eyes is one of our senses, right? So other words for eyes is vision, sight, and seeing. And for those of you who have been on Wednesday Wellness very long, you know that I believe there is a triangle of health, which we're going to talk about. Let's look at what the human eye does. It takes what's going on, puts it into the eye, and the brain interprets it. So the eye helps us to experience things, to be able to make judgments. And there's many diagnoses with eyes, but the most common, I'm going to say, are farsighted, nearsighted, stigmatisms, cataracts, and macular degeneration. The top 10 eye challenges: floaters, cataracts. This is farsightedness, conjunctivitis, vision changes, color blindness. And so that's the function of the eye. Is it aging? Is it disease? Is it genetic? Have you heard these statements before? Oh, it's normal. Don't worry about that. My dad had it. I was bound to get it. It's just part of the disease process. That's what my doctor told me. And oh, it's just a part of aging. It happens to everyone. If you believe these paradigms, you're going to be stuck where you are. So we're going to talk a little bit about the triangle of health. So the triangle of health is spiritual, physical, and emotional. And the physical is food and exercise. And we have good experiences, we have bad experiences, but we're not going to go in that tonight. But I do want to touch on the emotional. And reason why I'm doing this is because when you look at back, and please stick with me because I'm going to pull this full circle, I promise. What came first, the chicken or the egg? So in our bodies, what came first, the emotional challenges or the physical challenges? I can't answer that, but what I can share with you are some emotional things. So those of you who have been with me before, you know I've referred to this book called feelings buried alive never die. And this is where your eyes. So Carol Truman has worked with hundreds of people, and she has consolidated conditions that they are experiencing with certain emotional patterns and feelings that they buried. So if you look under bags under your eyes, bitterness, remorse, self-condemnation, eyes not wanting to see. I'm not going to share all of these by reading them because you can read them. Take a screenshot of this if you want. Another book that I use a lot is Heal Your Body A to Z by Louise Hay. You've got this stigmatism. It's fear of reality of seeing yourself. Cataracts, inability to see the future with joy. It's a dark future. Here's some more that she mentions. Farsightedness, which is very common. You can see far but not near. Fear of the present. Is that something that's emotionally going inside of you? Nearsightedness, fear of the future. Could that be something that's going inside of you? And I'm going to share just a snippet. This woman in her book, she has 4 pages for the eyes, but she says the eyes are about not organizing your time so that you can live in the present always. If it's your right eye, and this is just 3 of like 10 statements she said, not liking the way you do things, being a perfectionist, not doing things in time. Your left eye, not saying what you feel, not seeing the big picture. If some of these resonate with you, there may be some emotional things that you might want to work on. And so what I also want to talk about is the physical. Physical is oxidative stress. We've touched on it many times, and there's more videos on the YouTube channel that this is posted on about oxidative stress. So oxidative stress produces an immune response, which we consider normal eye aging. But is there something we can do to be able to change that? So what do you do now? You've already got the issues, and is there hope? And I'm going to say, yes, there is, because that's been my experience. And I'm thrilled that I get to say that. Our first source that we want to always go to is called Pubmed.gov. It is a place of validated studies. So I'm going to switch screens here real quick. So PubMed, here we go. I typed into PubMed. This is validated research. We'll talk about that another time. But I typed in eyes and oxidative stress. There's over 6,300 results. And then I typed in cataracts and oxidative stress, 1,297 results. Macular degeneration. You could type in diabetes and eyes. And here's some solutions. Omega-3 and eyes, 989 results, showing that by having your omega-3s and your fatty acids in the right ratios will help your eye health. Vitamin D and your eye health. And we could go on and on with some other vitamins and minerals that are healthy for you. And I'm going to share what I'm currently doing, which is making a difference for me. Oh, did I share the wrong screen? There we go. Okay, back to PubMed.gov. So we want to look at oxidative stress, that's normal aging, emotional stress, which we've talked about on other videos, and then the physical of nutrition. This is a screenshot that someone sent to me of what she's currently doing for her eyes. She's taking this one and this one. I do not know the cost of what she's doing. So all of us, you may go, well, I'm not really doing anything specific for my eyes. If you're not, then you're choosing to spend your money somewhere else. If you are doing things for your eyes, are you doing these? And it's a guessing game. Because when you're mixing products and when you're mixing different manufacturers, you really don't know what you're getting. And you can look at that on the supplement part. What is the solution? Solutions are lutein. I'm not even going to try to say that one. Zeaxanthin, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, copper, and zinc. And we'll go into more details of these at another time. So this is what I'm doing is the eye health stack. I'm doing my NRF2, I'm doing omegas, and I'm doing the new product, IC Bright. And that's what gets me so excited. And I will tell you, for me right now, these are the benefits and claims of it. So we have eye protection, and I'm just going to click through these really fast. Vision, take a screenshot if you want, brain, and sleep. And all of these are important to your eye health. And that's why I'm excited about what we're doing, because we are attacking the body in a place that gives us the benefits with the synergistic effect. And we know that all these are going to help our eyes. And so I have personally been doing the NRF2 for 7 years, and some of you know that, and the omegas for I think 3 or 4 years. But the IC Bright is something new that I've just added to my regimen. I have tried in the past other vitamins and minerals. I've tried drops in my eyes. I've done oxygen chamber. I've done some other things to try to help my eyes. And I've had some results, and especially I had results with the NAD specifically. And I know that's across the board for a lot of people. But adding these IC Bright, I know when I was driving the car today, the clarity in the signs and the definition of the cars was different for me today. And I noticed that yesterday when I was driving too. I went, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? So when you're with a company that you can trust with good products, and you know when they come out with something new, you know it's something you can trust. And we're all spending money somewhere. Are we spending it where we're going to give ourselves the best benefit for our long-term health and our long-term wealth? So I appreciate you guys jumping on tonight. That's just a brief overview, but this is a program that you can get the things that you want, and it's all validated with science-backed things on Pubmed.gov. So we're here every single Wednesday. If you want more information about anything that was shared in tonight's presentation, please get back with the person who invited you to this presentation, as they have the information for you to move forward and take some proactive action in your health. I appreciate you being here. Please stay on if you're live, because we will go on to a question and answer period. And then those of you who are watching the replay, please text us or message us for any answers that you want to be able to have your best life. And what I can tell you is that even though I have sustained handicaps from my disease and my diagnosis, and the doctors told me there was no hope, I've seen a great improvement in my whole structure of my body. And actually I hadn't driven at night for 5 years because of the shadows, and I just couldn't see well enough with the bright lights going into my eyes. And doing this protocol, I was able to drive about 4 months in at night. And I can drive now pretty much everywhere I want to with GPS navigation, right? And with that night, because the body can heal and repair. And that's the message we want to share with the world. Change the paradigm that I got this and it's just the rest of my life. No, it's not. Your life, you can change your life. It can get better. Your body was designed to heal and repair. So we'll be back here next Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm going to turn off the recording, and then we're going to continue the conversation. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. And remember, one change can have an enormous effect. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell and the like, and we'll see you next time on Love to Live.